Every season begins the same way. A blank page, a new machine, the unfinished business of last year. These are not just athletes. This is not just a team. This is a group of people who chose the hard way. No shortcuts, no excuses.
The track here in the winter are crazy rough.
I was so cold, I couldn't do more than 3 turns without having to heat up my hands. It's frozen, it's wet and cold. It was a reality check. It was like what makes Europeans the best at motocross.
There's a lot of strong riders. The top 20 could for sure also go in the World Championship.
They fail. They break.
I can't even explain what happened.
I was scared, bro. He was laying, he didn't move. He was laying on the ground like this.
It's not about being perfect. It's about what you do when you're not.
Sometimes you take decisions which are fully stupid. I don't let you ride in these conditions when you can't hold hand.
I'm pretty straightforward.
So you actually tried to ride, you were just like sitting everywhere.
I was just like
Drinking coffee while you ride, yes.
But I think my biggest strength is like really getting the best out of the rider. Push themselves to the limit and like even beyond.
Get back up. Send it again until the job is done. This is the EMX 250 season. This is the rise of the Cat. This is their season.
let's go!
When you're younger, you're so excited to get a new bike, and it's still the same.
Every champion begins the same way. Not with trophies, not with titles, but with a moment.
I think it was around 3.5 years old, and I really wanted a motorbike. And Dad said you could have a motorbike when you can ride the bicycle without training wheels. And very quickly, I figured it out. It's a bit different, but the bike's a lot faster now.
My first time on the bike was with a small Beta 50cc with my father that was on the back, and he said me, yeah, push the gas, push the gas.
To be honest, it's pretty the same. Just I like more because it feels more fast.
I believe when I was 2 years old, I got like a little electric bike. I actually had a small track in the garden, and I remember spending hours out there.
Husqvarna KTM, kind of similar, but no, it looks nice. I like the orange color.
It's the first day everybody's on a KTM, so the bikes are now tuned, suspension, everything's set up. But we really want to make sure the rider's feeling good with the bike is running well. So just warm up, go on the track, do a few fast laps. If you have something, you can stop.
Okay.
My history is like I got a coaching background for over 10 years. I always felt like if like rider, team, and everybody works in the same direction, we could do better. That's what we're trying to do now, like to be professional, going our own way and see how far we can go.
You need to get rid of your clutch. It makes you feel fast, but makes your lap times really slow. If you need to turn quick and go, yes. But like on this track, 80–90% is without clutch. Now you need to find the sections where you flow and find the sections where you push, to be as fast as possible.
The frame is a bit stiffer, you need to ride it in for sure.
But also it's really fast in some sections.
It's quite similar, you just need to get used to it.
So I'm looking forward to it getting a bit bumpy, and then I can really tell you how it is.
New machines, new rhythms. A sense that everything is finally coming together. But nothing in this sport comes easy. Because just as quickly as it builds, it can break.
Oh, Andre's not happy, careful.
I exploded my bike. So.
You'll never leave training early again, huh?
November, December is I really thought about why am I doing this, multiple times.
Liam crashed hard.
I just was wheeling it every lap, and then I went one line over. Exhaust, huh? I think there was a rock in the up ramp and I hit the rock. I was okay until the bike got me.
Mad's bike broke.
We had some tryouts with mechanics. Also, like, they are sometimes nervous, then they do mistakes. Mistakes is like a blown up engine. A blown up engine is like not calculated in the winter, or like maybe one, but not three. My riders need to ride what's more important to build up the bikes, and like you don't want to burn the mechanics you have. Yeah, it was a struggle.
And behind every technical problem, every delay, there's a winter that demands more than most can imagine.
The plan for today is to do a strength test for the guys. This is just to get a base point of where their strength is at, so that we can plan the training programs going forward to make sure we're training in the right zones and right weights in the gym.
We're based in the Netherlands, and also we like to spend the November and December in the Netherlands.
The first winter, it was a reality check. I remember being so cold. It was the first time ever seeing snow in my life, and I was on a motorcycle.
Miguel says, today you have to do the long cycling stuff. I say, oh, okay. And then I see I was 5 hours cycling. I was like, whoa.
It builds your character. When you're in December and it's raining and it's freezing and you're on Grevenbroich and Andre says to you, yeah, let's do some 30-minute motos, and you're sitting there in your little chair freezing, then you're kind of like...
You have to be really sure you want to do it.
The tough conditions help the riders, like physically but also mentally, because like then kind of it's not getting worse in the races, you know.
Don't give up. Come on, Francisco, big lead. And just before you're going to do it, it's almost like you're holding your breath so that you brace the core. Everything goes tight.
Learn for you, for yourself, for your mind, for your body, for everything.
Up. Easy. To the chest. Up. Come on, Mads, up. Nice.
The more you do it, the easier it gets.
I do like so much training this winter. I've never been so trained.
Then when you come in the summer and then you have a nice track and it's 30-minute motos, you're like, this is easy, you know, it's lightweight, you know.
It's the same thing with your bike and with your body. Every part needs to run at the highest level. Motocross is a really hard sport, and it demands everything from you in every kind of area.
When you have winters here, you realise what makes Europeans the best at motocross.
Like an Australian chicken. Oh, almost crashed. He's cheating.
I think it's really important to go to Spain and stuff, because sometimes it's good to get out of the depressing weather too.
If you have November, December, you know, okay, it's done in this end of December. Like they don't have to do it like on that bad conditions anymore.
You have to do 2 minutes. No back.
I thought you were staying in.
It's so good. It was not a good idea.
But even the best plan sometimes doesn't work out.
Really get a feeling what one is kicking, what one is not kicking, get a feeling with the bike, with the suspension. Like we have a 20-minute free practice, and yeah, really step by step. First phase,
I wish I brought more than one pair of roll-ups. You only brought one? Yeah, I was planning for it to be good weather. When we come to Spain, I never see rain.
So wet.
Yeah. But
Fuck. It's a shit.
What's this?
What?
What's it?
Nah, nothing.
The boots.
Shit happens. Also here?
Yeah. I just land and my bike go on that side. Like, I don't know how.
In the end, what you have to learn, Francesco, you're fucked now on the first day for our bootcamp. Right? And if something is not doable, and yeah, you want to do it, but like sometimes you take decisions which are fully stupid.
Francesco technically is a really good rider. For him, he's like young.
This year I will be the first year for me on the 250 class, on the EMAX.
So this, I think, the being young and being like up and down with the mentality is like this is his biggest weaknesses for the moment.
To over push it there, that you know this is a section where you need to get it 100% clean to make it good. And you did like the session before also a lot of like mistakes already in the section, and now you push even harder. Yeah, for sure you're gonna crash. It's obvious that this will happen. And this makes no sense on the first day of a boot camp on tricky conditions to not can ride now for 2 days. I don't let you ride in these conditions when you can't hold the handle, because then you crash tomorrow again and then you can't go home.
There will be always a up and down in performance, and especially we being a 3 or 4 riders in this case, like it's really rare that all the riders have a good day.
But the day wasn't over yet.
I can't even explain what happened. I was doing it easy, then I just got a little bit sideways. Like I would just gas out. And I just see this big pile of dirt and I couldn't do anything about it. Crashed like a goon. 99 out of 100 times I crash like that and I don't get hurt, so it's just unfortunate.
Liam broke his hand and was out for the boot camp in Spain. Francesco was back on the bike after a short break. And after a difficult start, the team finally had some good days.
It's really fun, and all the other jobs in the world is shit.
I love riding motocross. That's it.
We are in Lierop, the Dutch season, a mix opener. It's actually a brutal race. It's most of the time it's the hardest race in the whole calendar.
Pre-season racing are actually quite important. Is the bikes that are working under race conditions, as like the riders have to ride different. Like sometimes you can't ride your lines and like bikes reacting different.
The laps of Liam and Mats look good so far here.
Motocross, of course, there's training, it's really important, but you also got to remember racing is different.
Like after like the long break you have in the pre-season, like to get the first few gate drops out of the way, and that like when it counts that they are there. I talk to the riders, try to give them feedback.
Like you missed the window. It's just in the beginning you were really stiff, but it's fine. You know, you always have that in the first race. I think you were loose. Like that's good. Like you were playing with the tech, but you were that 1% kind of too aggressive, which like causing you to make.
Sometimes into the corners. I was
Yes, then you went aggressive on gas, then slide up a little bit. So I was aggressive in the wrong spots, kind of in a way. But like in the end, it's 15 minutes. Yeah, it's fine. You have a solid start position. Yeah. So.
Try to see how they feel. Is it the same what I see from the outside, and then just try to find out what they need to do even better in the next session.
Nobody's riding there, so you can jump. I think from the inside you can jump in the berm there, and then go all the way in the berm like full gas.
Ah, like that. Okay.
Yeah. So check it first, sighting lap. Okay.
Stop.
so much arm pump I can't even pull my gloves off. It's no excuse to ride that bad though.
So you actually tried to ride? I don't know what it is, like you were just like sitting everywhere.
I like how he's direct and tells me we are here to be better and to try and win. He's also got the same goal.
I was riding like a, I don't know, a hobby rider. Can be so much better.
I can feel it, something is bad, but I cannot see from the outside. So we need a person like Andre on the team.
Feel riding shit.
It's not about riding shit, you're just not pushing at all, you know?
Sometimes he cut my leg off. Like I just walk without legs. I do like this.
Or you're just rolling around. You can't expect to be fast if you don't open the gas, you know? Pretty simple. I was not too satisfied with Lierop. Mats showed some great stuff.
I was just flowing better. It was good, feeling ready for the season, man. It can't come sooner.
But like in the end, not a single person performed from the beginning to the end. Like there was always like up, down, up, down. So it was there, but like it was like not consistent and not on paper.
Salami, bread with bacon.
So everything you need for a good test day?
Yeah.
Oh God, I hope this doesn't make the same for you.
Today we are at Bad Salzungen. We're gonna test suspension. We had tested it already in sand, so today we're doing it on hardpack. Breaking the race bikes and get ready for the season.
So excited. Gonna try a new shock. You can decide whether it's all the pudding I ate or if I'm putting on muscle.
But first we do a warm-up, 10-minute warm-up. Then we do 2 times 3 lap sprints. After the first 3 laps they decide if they want to do a change, as we did some base setting already yesterday. So today we increase it to get a little bit more laps in, a bit better rhythm. And then from the second session on we go really deeper in the testing. So the difference between the race and the training engine, there's a difference, but it's really small. We learned that last year that it have to be closer, and it's what we did this year. Also, especially for the start, like to have the correct feeling and the correct movements for the rider.
It just has almost like a 2-stroke feel where it's very free, the engine. That's what I like. Also, it just revs to the moon.
So we do engine and suspension tuning together with Bauerschmidt.
Thomas is like a technical partner.
Of course, with a stock bike you can get to a certain point, but the last part you need a fast bike, you know, if you wanting to go for the win. In the top of the MX, we are that close to the, you know, moving up to a MX2 team. So you know, you just gotta have everything dialed. So yeah, it's important to have a good bike if you want to win, let's say. Bike feels good. Did some good changes. I feel ready. I feel like we had a really good off-season, you know, pushing each other, doing the motos, and also me physically. I'm in way better shape now as well, you know, with the months we got off and the physical training and bicycling and motocrossing. So yeah, I feel like we're in a good spot. I had two good preseason races, and I feel like my mental is in a good spot, and I'm just ready to go, honestly.
My first goal is always to give my 100%. For this season I will be better in everything.
We fixed the suspension, the bike is good. I feel like I have more feeling with the bike.
Settings locked in. For 2 of them. Just Liam's still fighting his bike.
Every time I hit a wall, I just completely bottom out. Like, it feels like it's going into my ass, the wheel.
Yeah. For us it's better if the rider just explain us what they feel, instead of they always thinking that they know the solution for the problem, because most of the time it's not like that.
You know, like this is just slightly.
It's a little scratch.
But like yours is like fully on it. Yeah, it's too much, you know. Yeah. So we can't keep it like that. We have to do some change. But like I said, we need information if it's just really setting or if it's linkage.
For sure, like we have more or less kind of full factory teams, like on a smaller scale, like in the E-Mix already, like we really need to put all focus in this class and like get everything out of it to be competitive.
I found this year, like changing with the new bikes, I had a little bit of an issue like translating and just trying to find my feet and what I wanted, and I realized that I'm never going to have what I had the year before. I have to just find a new setting which is good for me.
Yeah, push and slide. But the geometry feels good.
But just as it starts to come together for Liam, it's gone again.
I was scared, bro. He was laying, he didn't move. He was laying on the ground like this.
That's probably the scariest crash I've ever had. Like really. Like getting up and then like your neck is just like in pain. Scary feeling when you get up and you have that much pain in your neck. But it's starting to go away. I actually think I could ride, but I might go get it checked because it's pretty tender.
And with less than 3 weeks to the first race, time is running out.
I just want it predictable. So even if it is kicking, I know what it's going to do when I hit this bump. That's my problem at the moment when we're changing so much. So yeah, I've just gone back to the original setting we had in, basically, stopped chasing my tail and just doing clicks here and there and a bit of geometry stuff, but nothing super crazy.
The bike is ready, but is he?
Even myself, like I doubt myself, like did we do enough? Like all this stuff is here in your head, but like in the end, like I know we did everything we could and we are arriving to the race, ready to go, just getting the max out of the weekend.
Will Francesco make the right calls on track? Will Mads keep the pace when it counts? Every rider pushed to the limit and beyond. Months of training, testing, suffering, all of it comes down to this. The rise starts now.